It's Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm here with none other than world welterweight champion, WBA world champion, Eimantas Stanionis, who takes on Jaron Ennis for the unification for the IBF and the Ring Magazine at Atlantic City on April 12th. First and foremost, I know we talked a little bit before, but that was in Lithuania. Now you're out in the Wild Card Boxing Gym, California, getting acclimated. How's everything been since you arrived in America?
That's good. It's my second home, nothing changed. Everything is the same. I know all the shortcuts here in LA. We go for a walk, long walks, every single day. So it's cool. It's cool to be back to my second home and train hard and just lock in, and no other things, just training, training, training.
You know, for this particular fight, it's a legendary training session, is with, Freddie Roach and, they would say his assistant trainer, which now
With
trains him.
Marvin,
Yep.
yeah, I'm training with Marvin. Yeah.
You know, in this case, it's world class training, that's being performed here. Just curious, because I know that you worked with many different fighters throughout. How did you originally link up with them throughout your career? Because I know it might have been a little bit later, right, in your career that you guys teamed up.
I came 2017 first
Hmm.
training with Freddie Roach. I was training, then I went to Ronnie Shields to Texas, and then I came back training with Marvin. So I'm training with Marvin in Lithuania and training with my coach from Lithuania. We're doing basically all the main stuff, all the conditioning in Lithuania, and I come to LA for a sparring. Because in Lithuania it's hard to find sparring partners. So it's not so many. So yeah, LA is the best place, I think, for sparring and training and just locking, it's no other stuff, just training, training, sleep, rest, training again, rest, and that's it. That's what I like, to lock in, like I always tell, mini jail. It's my mini jail, mini
Hmm.
circle, where I'm happy, and just have my focus, and that's it.
You mentioned like LA is like your second home, but you also lived somewhere else in America before, right?
Texas.
Ironically, oh, Texas was well, but I mean even younger, right? Is it safe to
Yeah,
say that you lived in
yeah.
North Philadelphia?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were living in Philadelphia. We supposed to be living here. We went because at the time they introduced ESTA, and you can come for like 3 months without being illegal. You can stay from Lithuania for 3 months just as a tourist. And we were thinking, my mom was uh, getting a child, and we were thinking we were going to stay in US, but it didn't work out. We were like promised my mom's ex-husband. He was promised from his friends, some job and something, but it didn't happen. So we went back home to Lithuania. But yeah, it's crazy how it sounds in Philadelphia and Atlantic City. Even I have a picture since I was a kid, walking in the Atlantic City. It's like also in Philadelphia. Yeah, I remember this time. It was tough, because when I was a kid, they took me like to America, and I had to leave my country, my friends, my school, everything. I was thinking how I'm going to be there. It's different language, everything is different. But yeah, it was good experience.
Yeah, who would have thought that you would be in North Philadelphia to now fight in their prized possession
That's
for
crazy. It's
for
crazy.
for the unification.
Destiny, destiny.
Since you brought up your mom, and we talked a lot about boxing before, but just on a personal tip, I would safely assume like your mom is like your champion mantle, right? The one that really built resilience for you. I know that, your upbringing in Lithuania, she was always there supporting you, kind of took on the single parent role and now
Yeah.
um being a world champion, being these big fights, she never really liked the idea of going and seeing you fight. Is that still the same
No,
case?
yeah,
Is
same case. She don't like me fighting, but she knows that it's my first love, boxing, MMA. She introduced me to MMA, and she went me into the sport, So I was doing every MMA, I was winning. Then I went to boxing, and everything was changed. But yeah, she doesn't like it, but she supports me for sure, 100%. She knows I'm giving all my heart for the thing that I love the most. So yeah, and I think I learned how to be strong since she was like raising me, you know. She went to different countries to make money because I can't say we were like poor, but we were living like simple life, you know. And but she gave me everything she could, you know. So I'm very happy. I never was disappointed. She worked for me. She did everything she could, and she's a very strong woman. That's one thing, you know. And I think I took that strong mindset, you know, to myself also.
Do you feel like I know you like boxing, and she brought you, into all these different opportunities to build a craft, but when you fight for this unification title, you feel like you're fighting not just for your own goals, but for her hard work and everything that she's done to get you here.
Yeah, I fight for everybody, for my mom, for my family, for my wife, you know, for my future kids, you know. So yeah, it's awesome, you know, it's a good thing. But this fight is I was always thinking every fight, this fight is for my coach, this fight for this, for that. But this fight is like, especially is for me, you know, because some people don't believe me. Media says, I don't know, he's going to knock me out in 2 seconds or something. I don't know. I don't care. I just believe in myself and I want to see where I stand. I always like, I wasn't the guy who was believing in myself a lot because I always doubting myself, you know, can I be there? Can I fight with the best? And when I spar with some, you know, legendary fighters, then I get confidence. And I think the hard work and discipline is and sacrifice, you know. I'm leaving my home and coming here, it's
Mhm.
10-hour difference, you know, I'm alone always. So it's tough, but it's for something. It's not for nothing.
When you guys did your initial face-off when you arrived, it was like a respectful, competitive nature. It wasn't really like disrespect, but you guys kind of started grabbing at each other's belts, like I'm gonna take this home, and
Yeah.
he kind of uttered like you see some weaknesses, and I don't know if that's referring to our conversation, but it would kind of brought a conversation like we're all human. You told him. Everyone
Yeah.
has makes mistakes. What was that interaction like when you sized them up and it was a face to face? What type of energy did you get in that?
Nothing. I think it was only, you know, for a media to, you know, to show something because he's fighting in his hometown. He has to sell, you know, but I think it's almost sold out arena because also a
Yeah.
lot of Lithuanians are coming, you know, it's not only for him. It's also big fights. It's everybody supporting him because he's new, like they think he's going to be a superstar, you know, next big thing, and media and everybody has a big expectations, and I understand that, you know. So yeah, it's going to be cool. Like seeing him, it's nothing. It's just for media. It's no, not. I'm not making any big deal of that, you know.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah. It seemed like just a fun kind of thing. Like you guys
yeah,
are both are
yeah,
gentlemen about it, and I
yeah,
respect
yeah,
that.
for sure.
And it seems like it's doing really well. A poster came out with you guys kind of in the middle, and they had all these guys in these like black silhouettes, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is like the coolest boxing poster of the year." I think you know what I'm talking about, right?
Hey, how many hours we were doing this? Oh my God, it's crazy. Well, we started, I think, I flew into New York, I think at around 7 p.m. Then we went to see Times Square, you know. We saw Times Square, then we came back, then we went to sleep. Also, time difference. Then in the morning, we were driving to Atlantic City. I was fasting for 2 days at the moment, so we got a big breakfast. I got breakfast, and then we went to do all the media from 9:30 till 4 p.m. nonstop media, photo shoots, everything, and then we went to the airport in Philadelphia, and then we flew back to LA. So yeah, it's cool. It's nice experience, you know.
Right after the photo shoots and stuff, it seemed like Jaron brought in the two-time welterweight champion, Shawn Porter into sparring, and I don't know the specifics or details. I just know that I think Jaron had three sparring partners, Shawn being at the end. I think he did 2 rounds. He spoke about it on his podcast. But what did you think about Jaron bringing in Shawn Showtime? Porter. He was kind of revealing like it felt like he got hit with like a gunshot or something in the chest and kind of spoke highly of him. So what do you think about him bringing him in?
I don't think he he was bringing him in. It was only for Shawn Porter podcast or something, you know. So it's only one time thing. So I don't care honestly. Like any sparring he can bring, I don't know, gorilla and spar with the gorilla. You know, it's like doesn't matter. I'm doing my job. He's doing my job. And April 12th, we'll see who's going come on top. And who did the best in the training camp and who has better skills. That's it. That's only my thing. It's like I'm taking day by day, training, discipline, everything, sacrificing. It's like it's hard being in different side of the world. It's honestly, it's like not that being far away, but it's that time, you know. It's like I wake up, I have calls, do mom, my wife, my grandmother, you know, like my friends. Then I go gym, then I come back, and everybody's sleeping. You know, when I go sleep now, the time is changed. In Lithuania, the 1 hour haven't changed yet, so it's a little bit harder because when I came here, it's like also before I go sleep, I talk with somebody, but now it's like I go sleep and I only speak in the morning and that's it. I go train, come back, and everybody's sleeping.
Yeah, it's the fight's a couple weeks out. I know you're locked in. You also have to
Yeah.
do some traveling coming up soon too. So, before you know it, that smile is going to go back to a serious face in
No,
the
no,
ring,
it's
and then
I
it's
can
fight
tell you
night.
one thing, it's like I'm happy because it's like I doing what I love, you know.
Hmm.
Life is beautiful. I can do whatever I want in life. It's like it's since I was a kid, I was growing up with like fighting, you know, all my life everywhere. Like, so it's my first love. Also, I will have a child, so I don't know when the child is come. That's the toughest part, I guess, because I don't know when. I had to leave my wife, you know, being alone, but she said just go there because she always came like 2 weeks before the fight because I was in the camp alone. Then she came like 2 weeks and she was doing all the stuff what I needed for me. They're helping me, you know, this and that, right? Because a lot of people is writing where to watch the fight, this and that, tickets, you know. She was handling all the stuff, but now she just said, "Go there, take your stuff. I know you love the boxing and you're doing for all of us."
Yeah, and I know, Lithuania, you go out there, you're pretty much like a celebrity when you walk around at these events. And so, um, I have to ask, I know that not looking past your opponent, and it's not really even something that necessarily goes into your radar because you're looking to be undisputed. But I am curious because once upon a time, Crawford and Spence fought for like undisputed, Ring magazine, like that was kind of thing, and
Yeah.
you were, the WBA champion underneath. What's your thoughts that now, that you are the actual WBA champion, that Ryan and Rolly are now fighting for kind of where you just left? Like, do you like that fight? They're kind of walking in your footsteps in the sense of being a welterweight champion.
Yeah, that's good. Also, every time you know something new comes to the boxing, like some fighters come to the different weight division, is good. Even if the promoters coming, new promoters like now it's coming, you know,
Hmm.
so it's always good. Something fresh is always good. So yeah, it's good for them. They are fighting for some title. I don't know, and to become world champion, it was my dream. I achieved my dream since I was a kid. I wanted to be a world champion. I wasn't confident I can achieve it, but I did everything, you know, put my hard work and I'm just grinder, you know, grinding, sacrificing, you know, and I just the love of the sport and the yeah, I'm the biggest fan of the sport, I guess. You know, I know all the you guys media, you know, I see the interviews you are doing, others doing, you know, the fights. I'm always not missing the fights. I love to watch. I'm a big fan of the sport. Also UFC, I like UFC, so I live 24/7 boxing. Sometimes it sounds crazy because I'm training and watching boxing and watching interviews, what's going on in the boxing, you know, world. So yeah. I love everything.
Well, before I let you go, I do want to get your take. Who wins that fight then? Ryan or Rolly for the WBA welterweight title underneath you?
I'm very bad at predictions, but I'll go with Ryan.
Yeah, why? Just because he got the win, or? I don't know what to call it with him and Devin. But why Ryan over Rolly?
I think he's faster and he can catch and roll it. Doesn't have like the best defense.
Yeah.
That's why.
I mean, they both have power, you think.
Oh, that's for sure. And like I said, the boxing is most unpredictable sport, so you never know. But if I have to go with somebody, I'll go with Ryan.
Mhm. Awesome. Well, look, I appreciate answering, all the questions. Like you said, boxing's been extremely unpredictable. The fact that they have you as an underdog doesn't change the fact that, we've seen a lot of upsets with underdogs. So, and you being a world champion, you got your bachelor's degree, you got the insight here, but you got the heart.
Masters, not bachelor, son.
Oh, master.
Masters.
Oh, I'm sorry. This was an upgrade. I gotta update
Upgrade.
my information. Congrats on
No,
the
no, no. I
masters.
think I didn't never mention it. I got bachelor's, then I went masters. Yeah.
That's
So, but
huge.
it doesn't matter. It's like
Oh my God, stop. Get
it's
out of here. That's huge. That's just as big. That's
no,
probably bigger than the champion than a lot of people. So,
no. So that's why I'm taking training and resting and not overtraining all the stuff. Because so that's what I learned. Studying sports science. So that's cool.
well, you can back it up in the ring,
Yes.
obviously, and you can
Yes.
and you can. So, where can they follow you on social media before I let you go when they tune in on April 12th on DAZN, or if they're in Atlantic City on practically almost a sold out event with you and Jaron
Yeah.
Ennis?
Yeah. Because of Lithuanians, they bought all the tickets. That's cool.
Where can they follow you on social media?
On Instagram, Eimantas Stanionis by my first and last name. I know it's hard to pronounce, so
Awesome. Appreciate it, champ.
thank you very much. Appreciate it.